All right, here we go. So, looks like I got Max C, Ash Blossom, and Snake Eyes plays, of all things. And my opponent is playing Malice. So, he summons out Link Decoder after starting off with his March Hare. And then he's going to banish a card. So I just went ahead and activated Maxi, and it looks like he is going to take the Maxi challenge. When I say this is one of the most satisfying matches, watching a Malice player kind of sweat is like one of the funniest things. This did tell me one thing though. I was reliant on drawing one card particularly, which was the Nibiru. Now, I run one Nibiru in this deck, so probably after this match, I may up that number to 2 or 3 Nibirus, because Malice can't stop Nibiru if you draw it pretty early into their combo. I just so happened to not draw it at all, so yeah. But I may actually up the number to 2 or 3 so I can start seeing that a little bit more frequently when I'm playing against these Malice players. So he's just popping off. This dude's, he don't care about the Maxi. He said he's going to do full combo. I mean, I think this guy was literally trying to continuously play to deck me out. Not realizing that I'm on a 60 card deck. I don't think he would have been able to deck me out if he tried. Unless Malice can summon over 60 times, I don't think he could deck me out, or 55 times. Truthfully, I don't think he would have been able to deck me out anyways. But for one, I have deck out protection with Droll and Lockbird, so I would have been able to stop him from decking me out regardless. But just letting him play, just letting him do his thing. And he's basically using his entire extra deck to just keep summoning. And he's banishing my hand traps, just going into more summons, more summons. I'm not gonna lie, Malice plays take so long. And I got so many cards in my hand right now. My boy just going into everything. Heart Cryptor, White Binder, Red Ransom, GWC. Like, my boy is just, he not playing around. He's got everything on the field. He's going to IP Masquerena. Like, I don't think people realize when you take the Maxi challenge, you put up a number of interruptions, but you're also giving your opponent disruptions. So, like, or plays. So, the more plays that you open up for me, the harder it is for you to stop me. So, you may make 4 or 5 plays to set up an interruption, but you just gave me, like, a way to interact with your interruption for free. For one, what I don't think that this player realizes that every time he summons, look, I got Fable Lurry in my hand. I have, well, I'll just say the ones that I don't have to normal summon and I can get a body on the field. Let's look at this real quick. So he's got Red Ransom, IP Masquerena. He's got Transcode Talker, Ally Code Talker, Malice Q, White Binder, and then he's got his 2 traps, and then also his field spell, right? And we also know he got 2 cards in his hand, so that's a lot of interruptions there he's got. You know, Malice can continuously just keep interrupting stuff. But if I was to say, you know, what all can I do, right? For one, we'll start off with non-normal summon stuff, like special summon stuff. We got Diabell Star. Diabell Star will be able to just go onto the field and do stuff. We also have Habakiri in our hand, which will put a body on the field. We got pre-preparation of rights, so we don't even need the Saji to start the plays off. We can just start off a pre-prep if it doesn't get negated. We also have just a straight out interruption with subversion. Subversion will bait out whatever. It'll force him to do something, and I can do that before I even put a monster on the field. We also have tracked. Tracked will do a lot for us because it'll discard the Lurie. And it'll also put a body out on the field, so Lurie for free. So that's a free body on the field with Fabled Lurie with tracked or interruption in some kind of way to make him do something. We also have Divine Temple, which I wanted to hold out on this, but this would basically be like kind of towards the end of the combo after I've kind of baited out all of his interruptions. We also got Crossout Designator to kind of prevent him from being able to do anything. Using hand traps, I would say. Here's the funny thing, though. Since Maxi got limited to 2, I actually drew another Maxi. So if he Maxis me, I can't stop him unless I use Droll. Then we also have the 2 prayers in hands with basically those another free body that I can get on the field with those. Or a revive. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Or a revive. And then I also can just put a ritual monster right out on the field because I got the ritual in my hand already. And then we got Purification and we got Fiendsmith in Paradise, which means that I can send Fiendsmith in Paradise to the graveyard with the Diabell Star, which will give me 2 interruptions. They can't stop that either, by the way. So he maxes me right here. Of course, I'm going to activate Call by the Grave, and I can't call Maxi, so I just call Ash Blossom because Maxi is at 2. So I just call Ash Blossom so that way if he draws Ash, he can't stop anything. It'll just limit the amount of interruptions that he has. Then we're going to go free preparation of rights right here. And that's why I stopped Ash, was for that reason. Now we're going to go Subversion to force out his negate. And that's exactly what it does, is force out his negate. Now we're going to go Tract right here. Tract is going to grab Engraver. This is all we're doing, is just forcing negates right now. Larry's going to summon out onto the field, and then I just go ahead and activate Droll and Lockbird to pretty much stop him from being able to draw again. I don't have to add anything else. Like, I can literally play without adding another card. That's what Maxi did for me. And Maxi is legal against Malice. Against every other deck, fuck that. Maxi should be banned, but against Malice, yeah, it's legal. And matter of fact, you should be able to start with a if you play against Malice, Master Duel should give you a Maxi on their opponent's turn, and they shouldn't have a fucking reaction to it. Like, they shouldn't be able to play Call by, Ash, nothing. Droll, nothing. That shit should resolve 100% of the time against Malice. So, of course, he is going to banish my Engraver, which doesn't matter. So we go ahead and go Diabell Star right here. And then he is going to activate his Bestial to summon that out. Of course, Diabell Star is going to set that. And then he's still making plays. My boy is resilient. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the Fiendsmith in Paradise right here. And then my boy is going to make a couple summons right here. Going into Firewall Dragon. And then what do you think I did? I sent Desiree to target that Firewall Dragon that he just summoned. And my boy's still making plays. My boy is still making plays. So now he's going to activate Firewall Dragon and send a couple of my monsters back to my hand. Or back to the deck or field or whatever hand. Wherever. Hand in extra deck. And his shit is resolving. This man is summoning. Puts his Heart Cryptor back onto the field. Of course, Desiree is going to send that Firewall Dragon. And look at that. Look at that. Did he quit? What happened? Let's see. This dumb fuck timed out. Now, here's the funny thing. I still haven't even summoned out Mirakumo. All I was doing was literally just making plays until this motherfucker ran out of interruptions. And then I was just going to drop Mirakumo on his ass and wipe the entire field. Yeah. So, that's the funny thing. That's why you don't play through Max C. You end up looking like a straight dummy. Straight dum-dum over here. Nothing fucking timed out.